Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 6th of October. It's the year 2020. And I'm going to try to explain to you some things that got us to where we're at right now. And why some of the people or the officials or the experts that you're hearing from right now may not be what you think they are. And we are at, I mean, in my opinion, I struggle with this because I cannot understand how people cannot see the forest for the trees. We are watching them unveil the New World Order through all sorts of smoke and mirrors and tricks and spells, etc. I'm going to try to show you how we got where we're at right now so you can understand it and show it to others, perhaps, maybe. I don't know.
Hi, Doctor. Good to see you. Come on up over here. There you go.
Doctor, tell me again what the doctor is. What are we dealing with here? You're the father of public relations.
What we're dealing with really is the concept that people will believe me more if you call me doctor.
Oh, I
see. Oh, that's hilarious. That is Edward Bernays. Now, I've spoken about Edward Bernays since 2011. You should know who Edward Bernays is. He's the nephew of Dr. Sigmund Freud. You know who Sigmund Freud is, right? You shouldn't be sleeping with your mother. You shouldn't be thinking about things like that, blah, blah, blah. Let me do some more cocaine, etc. So you get the point. Edward Bernays. This is the guy. I'm going to give you a short synopsis on who this dude is, okay? So check this out.
Come on up over here. There you go.
Doctor, tell me again what the doctor is. What are we dealing with here? You're the father of public relations.
What we're dealing with really is the concept that people will believe me more if you call me doctor.
Oh, I see.
Edward Bernays was the godfather of marketing, the father of public relations. And you can look at all of his stuff here on Wikipedia. You can look it up on Google. You can do whatever you want. But let me tell you what, this is the dude that is responsible for why most people eat bacon and eggs in the morning. Do you think, you see what I'm saying? If you think of bacon and eggs, cigarettes, equal opportunity, beer as a beverage, you have Edward Bernays to thank. Do you see what I'm saying? Often touted as the father of public relations, he transformed what had been an unsophisticated matter of attracting attention into sophisticated multi-level campaigns that could mold and manage public opinion. Now, where have we seen public opinion molded and managed before to the point where it brought countries to war? Well, let's just pull this one up because it's the easiest.
Also using an assumed name, and again, we ask our friends in the media to respect the need for her to protect her family. And we finally call on Naira to testify.
Sometimes I could be an adult. That could grow up quickly. What I saw happen to the children of Kuwait and to my country has changed my life forever.
Now, that's all I'm going to play. I'm not even going to play that again because it'll make me vomit. It's too early in the morning. The reason that they wanted to keep her name anonymous to protect her family is because she's actually working for a public relations company, or she's being coached through a public relations company, and her father or grandfather he was high up in the government on the Kuwaiti side. Do you see what I'm saying? So it was all complete and utter bullshit. So there's that. I'm not going to get all scientific or historical and shit. I'm trying to get a point across as quickly as I can because I injured myself severely the other day, and it's killing me. It's absolutely killing me. So that's why I haven't been making all that many videos, but I'm trying to keep up. So stand by. Anyways, Edward Bernays. So not only did Edward Bernays help bring everybody bacon and eggs as the all-American breakfast, he also helped a public relations campaign that was powerful enough to topple the Guatemalan government. So you got a dude whose methods and means can get people to eat bacon and eggs like they've always done it forever and topple a government. So sounds a little sinister, no? Because it is. Bernays is famous for bringing us something called propaganda. Now, in most of my lifetime, as far as I knew, and as far as most Americans knew, propaganda was something that we used on other countries that we were spreading democracy in. And most of us went along with it for a long time. But not too long ago, there was a law called the Smith-Mundt Act. And the Smith-Mundt Act protected Americans from our own government. The Smith-Mundt Act protected Americans from the American government using propaganda that was brought to them by this fella. The Smith-Mundt Act protected Americans from the American government using propaganda against them until it was overturned by Obama. Do you see what I'm saying? And they put out all sorts of articles trying to tell you that that's not the case and blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. But I'll tell you what, it is the case. Because check this out right here. You see this? The World Health Organization. This is the Gateway Pundit, a fairly mainstream magazine. And way back when this entire pandemic first occurred, they tried to put out the real numbers. Well, these people right here, you see this? This is Dr. Tedros. But let me explain something to you. Dr. Tedros isn't a doctor. He's not a doctor at all. He isn't a doctor. He was the health minister of Ethiopia and a politician, and now is the director general of the World Health Organization. Doesn't it seem like to me and you that the World Health Organization, who would at least have an actual MD running it? Because they don't. And why don't they? Because they don't have to. Because most Americans won't look into this whatsoever at all. None of it. They won't look into any of this whatsoever at all. Dr. Tedros, as the mainstream, as the president, as Fauci, as everyone calls him, is not a doctor. So why do they call him a doctor?
Hi, doctor. Good to see you. Come on up over here. There you go. Doctor, tell me again what the doctor is. What are we dealing with here? You're the father of public relations.
What we're dealing with really is the concept that people will believe me more if you call me doctor.
Oh, I see. So,
that was one of the rare times that Edward Bernays was on the Letterman show, but they straight up put it straight out there. People will believe you more if they call you a doctor. Well, the reason all this is important is because all of these methods are being used against us right now. Right now. I mean, this is one of the most easily researchable things right now, period. The person that's telling the entire world we need to lock down, the person that's telling everybody we're all dying of this pandemic, and yet we aren't. Nobody is, whatsoever at all, isn't even a doctor. But back to Bernays. Let's see some of the other phenomenal things he helped us with. Edward Bernays is one of the people that, he is the person that turned the word propaganda, which means to lie or tell a half-truth, into public relations. Now, every time you see this dude saying absolutely anything to anybody, he's being guided by a PR person, period. That's what they do. Nothing that comes out of Trump's mouth is organic. Nothing that comes out of Trump's mouth is his opinion. If it sounds smart, he didn't say it. If it sounds stupid, he didn't say it. It was all fed to him by a public relations person who has studied Edward Bernays' work for a long time. Do you see what I'm saying? This has gone on for absolutely ever in America. There are only 2 countries on earth that allow the television to run pharmaceutical ads, and America is one of them. And yet we are one of the sickest, most overweight countries there is. I mean, it's been documented in every magazine, and this was all by design. They needed America to do their great experiment, the petri dish, so to speak. They needed America to build up a military. They needed America to build up the technology. They needed America. And now they don't anymore. And now they're using the same methods that trick people into eating bacon and eggs every day. They're using the same methods that the Smith-Mundt Act used to protect us from to actually take the country down right now. Straight up. With fake actors of all types, including him. He is an actor. There's no two ways about it. He's an actor. You see what I'm saying? He wrestled Vince McMahon in a ring on the WWF. That should be more than enough. I'm not going to show it because this isn't to entertain you. This is to inform you. I'm not putting music. I'm not doing any of that crap. This stuff is important because this is all happening now, and it's speeding up, and it's leading to something. In my mind, the election is the deadline. The darkest winter is looming. I've never seen them spraying the sun and the sky as much as they have in the last couple of weeks, and they've effectively shut the sun down an hour early at times. Do you see what I'm saying? They got us where they wanted using actors. You need to understand. This is all bullshit. It's all completely and utterly a lie. You see in all these articles in Forbes magazine talking about manipulating other people, you see these articles explaining to people, but this never makes it mainstream. This is a thing. I've been banging this Smith-Mundt Act bill for a long, long time, and people don't seem to care about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Psychoanalysis shapes consumer culture. Well, that's where we're at right now. That's exactly where we're at, and this is the result. Americans are fat, sedentary, and dying of bad health choices, but they're also making bad decisions. They're also listening to the television as though it is not a weapon. I've made video after video after video showing you the patterns that your television is the enemy. It's the enemy against all humanity. It is the most diabolical weapon ever used. Because instead of shooting at you, they're just changing your mind so they don't have to shoot at you. They're convincing you to stay inside and stay safe. They're convincing you that this is real. That this right here is real. And then on the other hand, you can simply look it up for yourself. I've shown you this numerous times. It literally blows me away. And now, sadly, I'm seeing other YouTubers that are literally starting to pretend that COVID is a real thing. For whatever reason. I watched a YouTuber, A Minute to Midnight, and I promoted his channel. I showed you the UN, the New World Order taking over, the virtual concert. He puts out a video yesterday, and at the very end, he says, I do believe COVID-19 is real. Well, it isn't. And if you're going to mix messages, if you're going to backtrack, if you're going to just don't make videos. Don't make videos. Because we don't need people right now telling that this is real. This was completely and totally predictable, and this is going to lead America down the wrong road. Period. That's all this entire thing is going to do. Do you see what I'm saying? Think about this. The president and his wife both contracted this disease, this virus, I'm sorry. Both contracted this virus, and yet during a pandemic, there is no way in the world the president would be allowed to be in contact with anybody that wasn't already screened. But it's not real, because it's not real, because it's not real. And understand that. At any rate, Richie from Boston, I am out.